Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 291.
We woke up this morning here at Fort Wilderness in our RV and decided to adventure out besides just the RV today. We did have a very relaxing day yesterday, but we want to do some other things, some different things. So we decided to head to the pool. We've actually really not checked out a lot here at Fort Wilderness. We no longer have that golf cart, so we did walk to the pool. I don't necessarily advise that, but if you're feeling great that morning, definitely check it out. When we got there, because it was earlier in the morning, there weren't that many people, so we pretty much had the pool mostly to ourselves, which is awesome. We had a lot of fun playing in the pool and then relaxing, and of course, I had to do a video going down the pool slide.
And we pretty much just spent the whole morning here at the pool until early afternoon. The sun started coming out and it got really hot because we were in direct sunlight, and we're like, yeah, we're ready to go back to the RV, that's fine. But before we went back, we wanted to explore a little bit more here in the Meadows area. First thing we went and checked out was the kids' splash area, which is actually a pretty decent splash pad. Then we went and saw the playground that's right next to the pool, as well as the sports areas like the volleyball court and the tennis court. And then we walked over to the bike barn because they have all kinds of rentals over there, boats and sporting equipment, and you can sign up for archery and all kinds of stuff. We saw where they launch out for the kayaks and the canoe rentals. And then we walked over into the area where they do movies under the stars, campfire marshmallow roasts, as well as the Chippendale sing-along every night. And we wanted to see that in the daytime because we've been over there at night. We've just never been out there in the daytime. It's a really nice little area. It's got these bleachers around it as well as the benches that are on the ground. It's a huge place to watch a movie. There's a lot of seating there, unlike any other resort. When we finished up there, we did make our way back to our RV where we got ready for the day. I did discover that the shower in the RV was very tiny, and I just went ahead and used the comfort stations because they're here, they're close by, they're clean, and it's so much easier than getting ready in an RV. And after we got ready for the day, I did have a couple calls with my clients today, so I was busy on the phone and on Zoom calls with them throughout pretty much the entire afternoon.
I had been posting, of course, on social media about our time here, so I actually spent the next couple hours while he was on the phone answering a lot of comments and messages about staying at Fort Wilderness, renting an RV, all those different processes, renting a golf cart. So I had a lot of messages and comments to catch up on, so I spent the time doing that. We did continue adulting the rest of the afternoon, the work that has to be done so we can pay for everything we're doing. And when it got dark, we headed over to Chippendale's Campfire Sing-Along. Now when it's dark, so I'm really glad I have the pictures from earlier. And Chip and Dale were out greeting guests, and so we did get to take pictures of them. They are just so much fun. I love Chip and Dale. This was actually a really, really busy night. There were a ton of people roasting marshmallows. We did not bring anything to roast marshmallows because we are actually going to dinner after this, so we didn't want to fill up on s'mores. But we did want to enjoy this sing-along because we've never actually stayed for the sing-along. We've been to the movie multiple times, but we've never made it to the before where they have the sing-along. And this was a lot of fun to watch.
It's Chip and Dale, a great sensation of cultivation. They are Chip and Dale. Oh my goodness, these guys couldn't wait to get out here and see y'all. They are very excited. Chip, take a little bit of a step up right there. We want everybody to see you. We got Chip, we got Dale. For those not sure, this is Chip right here. Chip is right at my right. He has the chocolate chip nose. Folks, take a look at that brand new tail right there. Chip has a brand new tail. He lost his tail 2 weeks ago, so we brought him to Walmart because they are the largest retailers. Folks, this is free and it's G. This is the show. Sing it out. Plenty of sunshine heading my way, all together.
As the sing-along wrapped up, we started walking because we are going to dinner at the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review. We've heard so much about this. It's dinner and a show while you're eating dinner, and we're very hungry and very excited to check this out. We got inside and got seated, and they started bringing out the salads and the cornbread, and the show kicked off with performers up on the stage. And what we were really surprised by was that the performers didn't stay on the stage the entire time. They wound up wandering through the crowd while they sang and danced throughout the night.
It was a very lively meal, a very interactive meal, which made it even more fun. The crowd got involved, and we just had such a great time, both of us laughing so many different times. They kind of have some jokes thrown in there, but it's just a lot of fun to watch and be a part of, clapping along, and they still have food to bring out, so we know it's going to be a really good night.
As they started bringing all the food out, we were so excited. It is all you can eat, so anything we wanted more of, we could have, but they brought more than enough food for the two of us to our table. They brought all these big pots of things like fried chicken and barbecue ribs, both of which were amazing. I kind of didn't want to share either of those, especially the ribs, because I loved the sauce they had on there.
And I really loved the chicken, so it kind of worked out. We both enjoyed both, but I preferred the chicken, he preferred the ribs, so we kind of like separated those on the table. I also absolutely loved the mashed potatoes. That I decided I was not going to share.
Yeah, so I had to order an extra helping of mashed potatoes because she wouldn't share the giant bowl with me. Whatever. They also had baked beans and green beans, both of which were really good. And we asked if they had any other sides that were not normally brought out. And they said, well, if you request it, we can bring out some macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, yes, I am requesting it. I would like macaroni and cheese. Apparently it's a kid's thing. I don't know why macaroni and cheese is always a kid's thing, but I think it should be for adults too. And all throughout the meal, they just kept going with the show off and on, and different songs down on the floor, back on the stage, things like that. And eventually it ended with them doing a song about the dessert that they were about to bring out. And the servers were actually on stage with the desserts about to come out into the crowd. They had strawberry shortcake. The song was great, but the strawberry shortcake itself was even better. It was so good. I could have eaten the entire plate by myself, but I did share a little bit with Alyssa, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It wasn't chocolate, so I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't mind sharing, so there's that.
And as we were finishing up desserts, they had their final song of the night. They actually passed out these washboards for everyone and told us to use a spoon on it to make as much noise as humanly possible while they did their big finale song.
And it was exactly that, a lot of noise. Again, it was a lot of fun, very lively, but there was just so much noise in here. I was like, okay, I'm really glad that's over. It was fun, but just for a limited amount of time. When we left Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, we were not done for the night because, once again, there is a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I feel like we are a running advertisement for a Halloween party. It is absolutely ridiculous, but we're going. We're going to every single one. And because it's getting closer to Halloween, they have more of them. So we walked right outside, got on the boat, and headed to Magic Kingdom. The weather did feel really nice, very cool this evening, and that should have told us something because on the boat ride over, it started raining, which isn't too bad. Like, okay, we'll give it a little bit, but it started raining harder, and that's never a good sign. So we got off the boat and ran to the theater, hoping that we wouldn't get too soaked. I have a little jacket just to keep me warm, but not anything that's meant for rain. So we were hoping to hide out here in the theater. I got my allergy-friendly candy. We talked to the cast members, tried to bide our time. And as we waited, it started raining harder.
And of course, we got here just as the rain was starting, which was wonderful after the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, which was a lot of fun. But we did make it, and we have kept our streak alive. We have not missed a Halloween party yet. That's crazy, like insane. All right, well, we're gonna go and sit inside Tony's and hopefully it'll stop raining soon.
Bye guys.
So for whatever reason, everyone was just leaving the park and we were hanging back because if we can get in the park after they all leave, it's gonna be great for like the last 30 minutes of the party. And then it started raining even harder.
Guys, the rain got harder. It is just pelting and coming down. Everyone is just running out. There's a huge crowd that just came through. It's so bad right now.
As much fun as it was to hang out and talk to the cast members, we finally decided to call it quits because the rain is clearly not going to let up and we don't want to just stand here all night long. We did come to enjoy the party, So we made a run for it over to the boats, and that rain was just coming down.
Hello. Woo, we are soaking wet. When we finally made it over to Fort Wilderness, it was still raining and we had to decide what to do. We walked over towards the bus stop and realized we're going to be waiting here for a while for the bus, and it is kind of raining sideways and getting us wet no matter where we stand. And the buses are really, really, really cold. And it's been a cold rain already, but we don't want to sit on an air-conditioned bus riding around the loop till we get to our stop. We decided we're just going to walk it all the way back to our campsite. It is a very long walk and we are very wet, but it sounds like a better idea than sitting in the air conditioning. So we started walking and went all the way back to our campsite, and after about 15 minutes we did make it there to the RV. Absolutely soaked to the bone and actually cold right now. So we got inside, changed into some warm pajamas, and then turned on that fireplace, which actually did have a heater option. We had it turned off last time we turned on the fireplace. This time we cranked it up because we were freezing. So after we lay there for a while and finally got warmed back up, we did head to bed, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
For our Year with the Ears.